You said
No, I meant in the chat. I meant in the chat.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
All right, what is up, Gucci? All right, sorry. Gucci gamers.
Whoa, okay.
No. Gucci gamers. It's whatever.
Flaming start today, really.
What is up, JAMSports Nation? I am wearing a sock beanie, as you can tell from the two socks on my beanie. I'm your host, Alex. To the bottom, we have the Jackbot.
To the bottom.
Wait, what?
And to my right, we have the Matrix.
Hello.
Oh, that was something right there.
That was kind of cool. Alright, so let's waste no fucking time. NFL free agency. Because there's a ton to talk about. Number one, the best signing. The absolute number one signing the Bills had to make to become contenders. They signed Kyle Allen. Alright, no, I'm just kidding. All right.
Everyone just wants a piece of that Texans offense. What can I say?
What are some big, they signed Connor McGovern. They signed Matt Milano.
Now here's the real question. Which Connor McGovern?
There's two?
Yes.
The O guard.
Which?
There's not two. There's not two Connor McGovern O guards. No, there. Who the fuck is the other one?
Well, the other one's a center, but shut up.
Well, I don't know how big of a signing that is. Who is Connor McGovern?
Which Connor McGovern?
Ex-Cowboy.
Yes, not the Jet.
Not the Jet, the ex-Cowboy. Is he good? I hate the Cowboys. I don't really care. Yay! Matt Milano signed a 2-year extension through 2026.
He was already signed. I think that was just a cap space move.
Yeah, it was a 2-year extension, and then Jordan Poyer agreed to a 2-year deal because he went to the safety market, said "fuck it, I don't want to sign anywhere else because the safety market is shit." Outside of Jesse Bates, Dalton, and Jack, we're not doing this with emotions today. Jack, we're not doing it. We're not doing it.
I'm getting an early start tonight.
And Jordan Poyer said, "Fuck it, I'm going back to the Bills." So, thoughts about Jordan Poyer?
No thoughts.
So you know how we like to make fun of Nick Bosa?
Yes.
Jordan Poyer, is everything we act like Nick Bosa is, and it's really funny.
Wait, he's actually racist? Wait.
He's just...
Oh, no.
No, the only person who's racist in the entire NFL is Matthew Stafford.
He finally got on board!
But Poyer, entering free agency, was talking this big talk about wanting to go to a state that didn't take half his money and, how much he hated New York State because it was full of, people who live in New York State.
Oh, no.
Bills.
Oh, no.
That can mean multiple things.
It could.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, at least Nick Bosa is not that.
Nick Bosa does live in California, so maybe when he's a free agent, he pushes his way to Florida or Texas.
No. I will.
Nick
dude,
Bosa,
I will personally end his bloodline if he does that. He is staying.
Nick
in San
Bosa
Francisco.
will be one hell of a legendary Miami Dolphin. I'm telling you that right now.
No, we can't.
Nick Bosa, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
We can't be putting this bad juju in the earth. We cannot. We can't.
Speaking of juju.
No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
No.
Let's move on to the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, is me playing a game?
Probably. This is going well.
This is going to shit. Mike White signed a 2-year deal with the Dolphins, and Raheem Mostert. Yep. Go.
I think Stephon Gilmore signed with the girls.
Yeah, that was. Well, he didn't sign. He got traded.
He got traded.
That happened yesterday, I think.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Mike White is clearly the most impactful signing of the offseason.
Yep. They re-signed Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson.
And I believe Myles Gaskin. I think they brought back their entire running back room.
Did they really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They traded for Jalen Ramsey, which is big.
Yeah, and then accidentally said he was a safety at first. They later corrected themselves, but
that's
a rocky start to that one.
That's actually awesome. And then
they signed David Long, who
was
one of the many meh to good linebackers available.
Titans.
It was like a really deep free agent linebacker class, and he seemed like, I don't know. He was thought of as one of the top guys, but he took kind of a middle of the pack deal.
Interesting. All right. We can get to the Patriots.
It is time.
Let's go. You want to?
I don't think Juju is a wide receiver 1. I think he's a very elite wide receiver 2, and he's not as fast as people say. I watched all of his highlights from the past 2 years, and I know he spent some of the season injured last year. But yeah, I said this earlier and I'll say it again. 2020 was with Julian Edelman was the last year that we had, with Cam Newton's washed up corpse, was the last year we had wide receivers with separation, and we didn't even make the playoffs. So with that being said, I just want to be able to sit down and watch Pats games where I'm not just where my nails aren't being chipped off from me scratching the side of my wall. So I'm just happy that we got a guy, 3 years, pretty elite. I'm excited. Him and Jacoby Myers are the same age, and they, funny enough, have very identical statistics if you look it up. But I'm just happy we got a dog, and hopefully we get a wide receiver 1, or I will literally jump off that building and be Kermit the Frog, that one meme.
I know what you're talking about. I know you're talking about. It's a great meme. It's a great meme. Jacking off with the emojis. I literally just look back and there's another emoji.
Look. Either
I will put you in timeout.
Native YouTube emojis from time to time, or, and hear me out,
or
I shit on the Niners for an hour and a half. What do we think?
All right, fuck it. Emojis all the way, baby. Emojis all the way. Give me 1 sec. Give me just 1 sec. May, you signed Riley Reef.
Isn't he a lineman?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Also re-signed Ferentz and signed Calvin Anderson. Brought back McMillan.
We for the past several days,
Jones, and
we've just been signing lineman depth. I don't really care. As long as we have depth. we got a good guy, who's whatever, but, I'm happy. Bill's doing Bill is one of the best coaches at reevaluating and going, I'll sign some depth, I'll get some guys. If people get injured, I know we won't be screwed. So I'm just happy. Good time of the season.
Speaking of happy, re-signing Jonathan Jones and Jabril Peppers both for the next 2 years would have made me happy. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, dude. Specifically, Jonathan Jones is I'm not huge on him. I love him. I think I'm upset just because he was slotted to primary CB either last year or because of injuries. At one point he was just dookie, not doing he was at a different position that he's supposed to be. So let's just say when he's playing his primary position, then absolutely, hell yeah, I would probably be very excited. But yeah, oh my God, Jabril Peppers though. That dude is so good, and we're getting him on the cheap. Yeah, it sucks to be you.
He is a riot. I love him.
We want that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah, Dalton. You remember that? Dalton knows.
That was in the dome. I remember. We want that motherfucker. I love that.
Yeah. And what did the Giants do with said motherfucker? Yikes! Imagine losing to the 2021 New York Giants.
No, it could be worse. You could be a team, and you could get the best Bears quarterback ever, Mitch Trubisky,
don't whatever you do, don't look at what happened week 1 of 2022 to the Cincinnati Bengals.
He filled you guys with so much hope.
Not really. I just thought the Bengals were cooked.
Really?
Yeah. After that game was such a shit show. It was so horrible.
Well,
neither team deserved to win. They should have both lost.
After watching the other day, I actually watched like that entire it was like I think an hour extra of overtime because there were like 3 missed kicks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was rough. Speaking of rough, the Jets are being dragged through the mud by new GM Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they signed Alan Lazard.
My favorite part of this entire thing was a week ago when he goes, I don't really want it to drive anything out and take too long and do anything. And yesterday he has a list of demands.
Doug.
He has an official list of demands.
I will say, in fairness to him, which if there's anyone that doesn't deserve an in fairness to, it would be him. He did say that apparently he made up his mind last Friday. And since then, the holdup has been the teams working out the trade, not his decision.
Here's the thing.
No,
here's the thing.
But
I was so close to just tweeting out obscenities about just absolute cussing him out if he went past today. After he won the match, if he held out, I swear to God, I was gonna start cussing on Twitter.
What really confuses me about his list, like, Alan Lazard for the most money a free agent receiver is gonna get, considering Odell's gonna sign for like 1 year. And he wants Randall Cobb. He wants
Mercedes Lewis,
tight end. Yeah,
Mercedes Lewis,
and I mean he wants Odell, but that's not as tied. But like wanting all of these former Packers after coasting on the excuse that he had no weapons last year, when the Jets have like 3 really talented receivers in Wilson, Mims, and Moore. I don't get it.
Here's my thing, okay? I said to my Miami Dolphins friends in our group chat the other day, they're like, oh, they're casuals, but it's just one of those things. And I'm sitting here, it's the New York Jets. I don't care if we're talking about 2011 Aaron Rodgers. Like it's
they'll
the Jets.
Find a way.
It's not just that they'll find a way. I am thoroughly, there's another half to this. I am thoroughly, like, I am a believer in the fact that Aaron is like, he will give the next 2 seasons like 70%. Like he's not going Super Saiyan. You're not going to see this legendary, like if he goes to the Super Bowl, yeah, for one night you'll probably see vintage Rodgers, but you're going to have to get there. I'm a firm believer of Aaron Rodgers he's not going to play it 100% lights out every game, just balls to the wall, vintage Rodgers where like he's like scrambling and makes these legendary. It's not going to happen unless you like get a very deep playoff run. I just think, I don't know. If I was a Jets fan, I would want this, and I mean, you're getting exactly what you want. But they're selling their future. I think they're going to be in cap hell 3-4 years from now. And when I mean cap hell, I mean that they are legitimately going to be diving off a cliff. So this better work out for them. They at least need a Super Bowl appearance, I think, with Rodgers, if they're going to be paying him big money.
Yeah, I think that looking at Rodgers from last year, with him only getting a year older and a week ago being a 90% going to retire.
Well, I guess I'm going to retire, and the Jets just like hand in the cookie jar. No. Come on, Rodgers.
The Jets also re-signed Quincy Williams, traded for Chuck Clark, and re-signed Greg Zuerlein. So it seems like most of what the Jets are going to do is once the Rodgers trade goes through, and then, you know, they'll sign some of Rodgers' guys because he wants to still be able to say that he has no weapons, despite having Garrett Wilson. And then the Jets will probably just scrape the bottom of the free agent barrel from there, although I don't think that's a bad thing considering they had a really good defense and now they're going all in on what's probably like 30% boom, 70% bust offense strategy of old Aaron Rodgers after the worst season he could have.
Aaron Rodgers is in the bin.
I wish. That would be cool.
Aaron Rodgers went from, I think, 2014 was the beginning of like the decline, and it was very incremental. I think now we're at a point where Aaron Rodgers is not MVP. his Super Bowl was in 2010 against the Steelers.
Decline.
I'm just saying.
2011 decline.
I don't know. My opinion is he's at like an above average level, but you're not going to see him scrambling out of the pocket and doing those Hail Marys against the Bears and Lions, unless he just so happens to play the Bears and Lions because they're cursed. But you're not going to see like vintage Rodgers from them, I don't think. Unless he changes his mind and wants to ball out, but he's a very self-absorbed person.
I think also, like, this is what Jack has been saying, is like he doesn't want to go out the same year Brady goes out.
Yeah, he's not
like
gonna.
He's egotistical. His ego would hurt if he was in the same like Hall of Fame class as him.
I just think it would be hilarious that like it's Tom Brady and friend, like in the retirement. It's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers is here. Like
I'm also like. Oh, sorry. Continue me.
No. I was just. It would just be hilarious. But you were saying.
I think what would be funny is if Aaron Rodgers is on his Brett Favre and went to the Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh God, that'd be funny.
They have Kirk Cousins signed for mega money.
I understand, but I just want that to happen. I just
what are the Vikings going to do? Like eat $100+ million? What are they?
No, they just trade for Aaron, or like they sign him in free agency.
They don't want Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins struggles with Justin Jefferson, let alone anything else. Like, what's he going to do with Denzel Mims?
Well, you can't. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
I am currently holding on, Jack.
He's top 10.
Respect Kirk Cousins. That is all.
He's top 10, man. He's like 9 or 10 or 8 or something like that. Yeah, dude's top. Have you not seen his numbers?
He's probably top 10 in a Kirk Cousins lookalike contest.
Nah.
No, that he'd be number 1 in.
Somehow that he'd like be bang on average in. He'd finish exactly in the middle of the contestant pool.
Oh God! All right. The Jets also re-signed Quincy Williams.
He said that.
Oh fuck! All right. Well, next team, Ravens. They non-exclusive franchise tag Lamar and offered him a 3 or 4 year $100. Okay.
Surely Dalton did not just say Kirk Cousins is a quote-unquote pretty okay QB.
I mean, I agree
after
with
signing Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is a poor man's Kirk Cousins. All right, Dalton, you can shut the fuck up. You can shut the fuck up with that, bud.
Okay, that is.
Wait. Are you saying
Kirk Cousins' persona does lose some points in my eyes? Just
because... but so is Russ. Russ's entire career has been cringy, and people be sucking his dick on the daily.
I love Russell Wilson. He's just a nobody right now on the Broncos.
My point exactly. He is cringe as shit.
Keep in mind, Russ was a Seahawk for the majority of his career, and Alex is a Niners fan. That is all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah, but but I will admit, Russ is good the first half of the career, and then just like the Super Bowl hopes every single season, besides 2013 or whatever, they took a nosedive, just like Russell Wilson in the second half of the season. All right, the Baltimore Ravens non-exclusive franchise tag Lamar Jackson. I'm pretty sure what he tweeted out was a 3 or 4 year, like $133 million guaranteed, or $133 million guaranteed contract that Lamar rejected, and no other team wants to sign or trade for him. So,
people are saying it's like collusion just to not sign Lamar. I think it's more collusion to not give out another Watson contract than anything else.
Yeah. I fully agree that because here's the thing: if you talk about billionaires, they always want to be on top, right? That's the argument I'm trying to make. So here's the little the analysis here. If you keep giving out money, that means in 20, 30 years you might be closer and closer to quarterbacks wanting $1 billion. That's the last thing they want. They still want to tell people and tell them what to do and everything. I think if with inflation and everything goes many years from now, if you let this happen, eventually 100 is going to turn to 2 and 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and eventually you're going to get $700-800 million quarterback contracts, and no billionaire wants to have less money than the quarterback playing for him.
Well, I think in this specific case, it's because Lamar wants a guaranteed contract.
I mean, I think every quarterback does, no?
Well, yes, but wanting and like pushing hard for, I think there's a distinction there. Where
he doesn't have an agent. He's like doing this solo, and I've heard that he's missed out on $40 million worth of like actual money just by doing this by himself. But he's like going for the long con.
Well, he has every right to. And he has every right to ask for a similar contract to Deshaun Watson. The problem is that's the kind of contract that no other owner wants to give out, even if it's only for like solidarity with other owners, which is, I guess a good reminder that they're all billionaires and they share a class and a shared interest in keeping things the way they are. But the thing with a guaranteed contract is any guaranteed money needs to go into like a separate account. Like the owner needs to pay the entire contract up front, and it just sits in a separate account until it gets paid to the player. It's not like it gets paid as it goes like most contracts do. And so if you're signing Lamar to like 5 years fully guaranteed, that's upwards of $250,000 just gone like that you need to have in liquid cash today, on top of the rest of your payroll and everything else. And it's only going to count for so much against the cap, where a lot of owners just don't want to do that, even if they can do that. And
you're
so
right.
If the rumor going around is that he wants that kind of contract, and anything that's not a huge fully guaranteed contract, the Ravens will just match. I can't blame other teams, but I still think teams should just toss in an offer and say, hey, if you're feeling betrayed by the Ravens from this whole process, come here, we'll pay you a market contract, and you can be like a hero on the Atlanta Falcons, who have the perfect situation for him. And I wish you went there, but I don't think that'll happen.
I do think that players should get paid what they deserve. But on the other hand, as a team that...
Here comes the evil music.
No.
It's that one image of like the dam. I'm not racist.
But as a team, as a fan of a team that is eventually going to have to pay one of the 3 QBs on their roster, and isn't going to be able to do so because they have a shit ton of other players and contracts to pay, because, we have a lot of good players.
Daily reminder that the Niners and Eagles can only assemble the rosters they're able to assemble because they're not paying quarterbacks shit, because they drafted quarterbacks not just on rookie deals, but on rookie deals outside of the first round. Anyway,
Trey. Yeah,
but their starter was a 7th rounder.
Yeah, that's true.
And someone who took a massive pay cut to be paid like he's still on a rookie deal.
Sam Donald?
No, last year.
Wait, what?
We'll get to him.
Oh!
He took a pay cut preseason, didn't he?
Yeah. Are we talking about my favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Alright, let's get this shit done so we can get to my favorite. Jay Pratt, baby. He re-signed the 3-year, $21 million deal. I mean,
I think the bigger story with the Bengals is they lost both starting safeties. They're sitting on a mountain of cap space right now, but they're not using any of it because, besides bringing back Pratt, they're right now realizing that they're going to have to pay Chase and Burrow, probably not Higgins, but Chase and Burrow alone. That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
That they're kind of bookmarking now in the cap so that they can actually extend both of them without doing some Deshaun Watson cap fuckery.
That's what made me really upset. The Bengals have 2 elite wide receiver ones, and we had Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar. That's the difference in the league. Like, there are some teams that just, they have it good right now.
Tyler Boyd
Yo.
would be the best receiver on the Patriots or Giants.
Yo, hold up. Dalton, see me outside, my guy. No. See me outside. I swear to God. We're not doing this today, Dalton. I will time you out.
I would say I would say that Juju is the most elite receiver right now, obviously, because, I mean, Nelson...
Kendrick?
Also, what?
Kendrick?
Alex is still on the Kendrick Bourne train.
I love Kendrick Bourne, and I thought but now I think Juju now, it's hard to because they play sort of different positions. Like, I don't know, but I would have to see how they play. But it is kind of, they're sort of like head to head right now. I don't know who takes it.
Although I shit on Kendrick a lot. Because he is a Patriot.
Speaking of shitting on,
I do love Kendrick.
Let's go to Cleveland.
The Giant. Wait, okay, never mind.
Oh. They signed.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't say that.
What?
They re-signed their center. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
yeah.
I just got the joke.
Wait, what? Wait! I didn't.
Jack, wait, did you just? That is the longest reach for a joke I think I've ever heard.
Wait, I didn't hear that shit. No, I want to hear this shit back.
Were you actually making that joke? Were you being serious?
I'm hearing this shit back. Hold the fuck up. I'm gonna hear this shit back. Hold the
fuck up. So they re-signed their center. That's cool. They signed Dalvin Tomlinson, who is a great player and a great dude. He's also a defensive tackle, so it's a signing. They signed an edge named Obo Okoronkwo. I probably said that wrong. I certainly said that wrong. It is a name. And from what I can tell, he's pretty good. I don't know a ton about him. And
I like the joke.
Not that long ago, they signed Juan Thornhill from the Chiefs, who...
Yes.
I mean, I think they just cut John Johnson and signed Thornhill at, like, the same time, which... That's a trade I'd make any day.
Yeah. I did like your joke, Jack. And, Dalvin, yeah.
Love Dalvin. I'm sad he has to go to Cleveland now.
But you guys got rid of your best player ever today.
Who?
Kenny Golladay.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Guys, I guess you guys could. I guess you could say he's tackling a new chapter in his life.
I love this.
Well, I think the big thing with the Browns is they did move some of Deshaun Watson's contract to future years to clear up cap space.
Yes.
So I believe his cap hit this year is now $19 million. May, I'm going to do this game with you because Alex probably has seen it. What do you think that Deshaun Watson's cap hit for each of the next 3 years is?
Ooh, it's going to be bad. Unless the joke is that it's not, and then that would make me mad.
No, that's not the joke, trust me.
Okay, then I'm going to say...
over this.
Is it something, like, absolutely egregious? Like...
It is quite high.
Is it 50 to 80 million?
Somewhere between that, yeah.
75.
Lower, actually.
69.
Damn, no. 64. I wish. Now I want them. Okay, next year they have to clear 10 million in cap space from his contract and add 5 million to the 2 years after that. They have to do it now. It's the rules.
Well, I said the funny, and now since it's not the funny number, I'm not really happy about it.
Yeah, no, me neither.
And Deshaun Watson doesn't make me happy in general.
You know what really doesn't make me happy? Dalton.
Damn.
He'll hear that in about 1 minute. the stream delay is crazy sometimes.
It's the future stream. He has to wait. Delayed response.
I think I can lower the delay if needed.
I think you can, but I wouldn't try it midstream.
You would have to tinker with the bit rate, and it makes things complicated.
We'll
hey man, did you know what Elgato? Elgato means? Did you know that Elgato means that? Anyway,
you want to know what?
Okay, he's back. The Steelers they signed a guard, big Nate Herbig.
Yes,
height and weight.
He is a He's a large boy. I'm
you say-
pretty sure
if
he
you say
weighs
large-
335. I don't know what his height is off the top of my head.
Because anytime someone says that they have a large player, I refer to Trent Brown, and it always kind of like ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's only 6'4", 334. Sorry.
Trent Brown's like 6'8", 380. That dude's that dude's an M1 Abrams.
Yeah.
Don't
They re-signed
try to get
Larry
me lower than the leg.
Ogunjobi. I personally don't know why Ogunjobi got as much money as he did, but I'm not unhappy for him to be back.
Because his last name is Ogunjobi. Dude, I give up.
One more try.
I give up.
Come on, one more. I just said it.
Ogunjobi. Fuck!
But yeah, he signed for almost 10 mil a year, 17 mil guaranteed, which was interesting considering he had like not a great statistical season, but he's a good player, so that's cool. They signed Cole Holcomb from the Commanders. He was their like, defensive captain, wore the green dot, so he was like the defensive play guy. He's not that good in coverage, but he's a pretty good run-stopping linebacker, and the Steelers desperately need linebacking help. So, hopefully this plus drafting a guy that pans out, although with the Steelers and linebackers, somehow everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
I'm going to be honest, Jack. You could have had Aziz.
I would rather have Cole Holcomb than Aziz Al-Shaair for what the Steelers need.
Damn, you just got fucking named.
Well, the reality is Aziz was the third linebacker on the Niners.
Yes.
The Steelers are looking for like a guy, a number one middle linebacker, wears the green dot, is the captain of the defense kind of guy. Although, not necessarily wears the green dot, but you know what I mean. Like they are looking for a kind of anchor for the defense in a way that Al-Shaair just hasn't proven that he can be. He's much better as a second backer.
Question: why would we have anyone else as our middle linebacker, like number one middle linebacker, when we have Fred Warner?
No, exactly. I'm not saying that the Niners should have played him there.
I'm just saying, Aziz can be the number one guy.
Him there.
We don't know if he can be the number one guy. If he is the number one guy, he can prove he can be the number one guy. Well,
yeah, but I'm not when I'm the Steelers and I have a black hole at linebacker, I'm not investing in a guy where I don't know what he can be when I could have a guy where even if what he isn't amazing, it's a known quantity. And then we can add, flyers or draft picks behind him. And, now a linebacker room of Cole Holcomb and Miles Jack is a lot better than Cole Holcomb than Miles Jack and Robert Spillane. And post ACL Devin Bush, and somehow got cast out of the Giants linebacker room Tay Crowder.
Yo, Tay Crowder
it's bad. What?
Tay Crowder a G though.
Tay Crowder is fine.
Cool. He cool. Yeah, I love Tay Crowder.
He's a decent backup. I would not want him starting for me. As someone who's experienced the Tay Crowder starting experience, I think no one should experience that.
All right.
Somehow he got outplayed by Jalen Smith, and I think we know my thoughts on Jalen Smith.
Yes, we do. You guys signed quarter. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, go for it. I was just gonna say there was one more I hadn't.
You signed Patrick Peterson.
Can we talk about quarterbacks the Niners have signed?
Not yet. That comes later.
Not yet.
Pat Pete was actually really good for the Vikings this year. And I actually kind of really like the signing, especially if the Steelers use the 17th pick on a corner. Like if they take a guy like Joey Porter Jr. and they have him as their number 2, number 3, depending on how you number them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guy learning from Pat Pete, who, yeah, sure, maybe he's not what he once was, but he is still very good. He made PFF's All-Pro team, even if he wasn't like a Pro Football Writers All-Pro. And he looked the part of what you'd hope for from a 31-year-old Pat Pete last year.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think 31. I don't actually know how old he is. I thought he was 32. Yeah. 31, 32. I don't know. So I like it for the Steelers. If they don't pick a corner, and this is the only addition to the corner room as like kind of a 1-for-1 for Cam Sutton, I really don't like this, but I am hoping that this will like pay dividends, not just getting a good player for 2 years, but getting the effect of signing him for like moving on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
There's a lot, so we're going to go through this quick. AFC South, they signed Case Keenum to a 2-year, $6.25 million deal. Yes, the Texans. Noah Brown to a 1-year, $2.6 million. Robert Woods to a 2-year, $15.25 million. Shaq Mason, who was acquired in a trade with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then they signed Chase Winovich. They signed Sheldon Rankins to a 1-year, $10.5 million deal. Rashawn Ridgeway from the Niners for a 1-year, $3.25 million contract with a max of $4 million. And then they signed, or expected to sign with the Texans is Jimmy Ward.
I don't know how I feel about a lot of these, but it's the Texans, so, you know, there's always a bit of a, I guess, a Texans tax they have to pay to sign someone.
I think that I am sad that Jimmy Ward is no longer going to be a Niner.
I wouldn't be terribly sad.
I am. Unless we sign C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't think the Niners signing C.J. Gardner-Johnson is a smart financial decision.
Why?
Ooh, finances.
Because he's going to cost a lot of money. Like, upwards of $14 million a year. A lot of money.
I think he was
for a safety.
Mil. So he's not going to re-sign with the Eagles then, because Howie Roseman does not shell out money for players. Unless your name is A.J. Brown. I don't know about that one.
Howie Roseman definitely shells out money for players. That's kind of their whole. They're gonna have to pay. But their whole thing.
They're gonna have to pay Jalen Hurts though.
Yeah. Do you think that stopped them? They had like zero cap space, and they still re-signed. Granted, they released Darius Slay when he refused to restructure his contract, but.
Yeah. Oh, we're almost to the play that I want to talk about. Yeah.
All right. The Colts.
Signing. Samson Ebukam and Matt Gay to a 4-year, $22.5 million deal.
I think with Ebukam, he's just yet another like Niners reclamation project. To be fair, he was good before the Niners. He was good with the Rams, but It seems like the Niners keep doing these like short deals with guys that then turn around and sign for more elsewhere, and good for them.
Yeah.
Good for the Niners to have a factory of serviceable linemen, and good for these guys for, being able to up their asking price in exchange for one season in San Francisco.
We have 2 edge players on our fucking team.
Yeah, and one of them's Nick Bosa, so you're fine.
No, I want another one. God damn it! Oh god. I don't think there's anyone else that's
for the Colts. No, the Colts don't matter. They cut Matt Ryan.
Oh.
Which is sad, but I get it.
I understand.
Yeah, I had really high hopes for him in Indianapolis, and you guys remember that from the preseason stuff we did, I think. But
yeah,
he was cooked.
Yeah, I want. Yeah.
Dalton. Why are you saying this? We don't own the pick, and we're not gonna. We're a playoff contender. God, Dalton, you can't chat shit when you're a Saints fan.
Apparently, the Saints own their top 10 pick.
Hey, Dalton, who the fuck won in 2019? The Niners or the Saints? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, bringing out games from 2019.
George Kittle owns your pathetic ass franchise. Who won this year and ended a streak of 20 fucking years of scoring at least a point in a game? The Niners. Fuck you, Dalton. 13-0. Suck my dick.
Man really shut down the 2022 New Orleans Saints.
You know, Dalton, I just want to let you know that Patriots fans and Saints fans shake each other's hands, and we love each other. And I care about you, Dalton. And I know Alex is a throbbing cock munch because he's a 49ers fan.
Yeah,
and he's literally never seen a Lombardi ceremony that he's cried to. So, it's just, me, Dalton, and Jack can all hug together with Lombardis in the background, and that's just it. It is what it is. Hey, Alex, where do you put your Lombardi trophies?
I put them up your ass and around the corner. Let's go talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars. They re-signed 49ers legend! 49ers legend! The man who got George Kittle in 2018, whatever the fuck, his second year in the league, the most receiving yards by a tight end in NFL history, which was subsequently broken by Kelsey 2 fucking years later. It doesn't matter. CJ Beathard re-signed to a 2-year deal, baby. Let's fucking go. Evan Ingram
when I
go
in the dictionary and I look up the definition of the word mid, there's a picture of Andy Dalton, and he's holding a photo of fucking Sam Darnold.
You can't say that.
Anyway, the Jaguars just brought guys back, which is an interesting approach for this Jaguars team.
Yeah.
But I don't know what else you would do when last year you dumped piles and piles of money on players that did not deserve it. I mean, hey,
like
they won
fucking
a bad
Christian
division.
Kirk. Like Christian Kirk, who, by the way, fucked up the receiver market. Fuck you, Jacksonville.
So,
that one contract, man.
Christian Kirk, that was a bad contract. One bad contract doesn't fuck up a market as much as you think it would.
A mediocre player getting you a shit ton of money, which had bigger receivers being like, I want $160 million contracts or whatever the fuck, and then Debo subsequently holding out to fucking. I hate
Debo holding out is not Christian Kirk or the Jaguars' fault.
No, because he wanted the fucking.
If anything, it had as much to do with AJ Brown going to the Eagles.
Yo, Eagles,
or Tyreek Hill going to the Dolphins.
I hope the pathetic ass franchise dies. Alright, moving on.
It also was bound to happen. I mean, every position except for like some of the less valued ones has been ballooning in value.
I don't like this anymore. It's getting too expensive.
Oh no, a salary cap league.
You fuck the salary cap. Get rid of that shit. I want the Niners to sign every goddamn free agent known to me.
Okay.
The Tennessee Titans.
They'll sign
for fuck's
every
sake. Don't you dare bring 3 of our free agents into this shit.
Known to man, and they will still lose in the NFC title game.
All right.
You're in timeout.
The Tennessee Titans signed
for this segment.
Known successful draft pick Andre Dillard to almost $10 million a year, which... That's a decision of all time. Oh, he actually muted you on Discord. That's crazy. They signed
now you're back.
49ers guard Daniel Brunskill.
I love you, Brunskill.
Niners and subsequently Jaguars, and of course originally LSU legend Arden Key, who that's actually a sneaky good signing for them.
He was on the Niners.
What?
He was on the Niners.
Yeah, I said that.
Didn't we get him from the Raiders? I'm pretty sure we did.
Yeah. And then Azeez Al-Shaair.
Sad.
Linebacker.
Azeez! The linebacker God Squad is gone.
Possibly the most important signing of all time. Long snapper. Oregon.
Okay, why did I think that this dude was a safety? He just has the safety name.
Well, there are a lot of people named Cox. I think Jabril Cox is a safety.
Shit.
Azeez Al-Shaair, I think... That's an interesting one because when you play next to Warner and Greenlaw, it's really hard to tell how good you actually are as a linebacker. So he's going to be asked to do a lot more by himself in Tennessee. And this could either turn out to be like a steal or it could turn out to not be at all. And either way, I don't think the Titans paid a ton for him. So it's a risk worth taking, I think, if you're Tennessee.
Bring the compository picks to me. Bring them all. Let's go to the Broncos.
I don't want to lose my free agents. Oh, bring me the comp picks.
Denver Broncos. Jared Stidham. 2-year, $10 million contract. Let's
Surely he did not absolutely shred the best defense in the league.
Yo, please, not again. I don't need to dude. I was about to like stop the podcast. I was about to not show up that week and be like, Jack, please go over this.
Yeah, you were close, and I was about
close.
to have a generational tirade.
Dude, I was gonna cry. Ben Powers, 52 million. The most overpaid offensive lineman in NFL history, not named Tony Mandarich. Nope, you can't say Andrew Tom or whatever his name is. Nate Solder. Nope, shut up. Mike McGlinchey starting
it's objectively correct.
Exactly.
Didn't Nate Soldier play for the Pats?
Yes,
yeah, and he was the Giants. Pats, and Dave Gettleman decided to give him like top offensive tackle money after he was at best average with the Pats, and he somehow managed to, after getting a fat contract, be worse than Giants left tackle Eric Flowers.
Oh, God. All right. Well, they signed Mike McGlinchey, who, if you didn't watch the 49ers the past 4 years, has been utterly fucking dog shit.
Okay.
He has been straight ass cheeks. He's good on the run. Shut up. I'm speaking. He's good on run plays.
Whoa,
but when he's pass blocking, the dude is straight fucking cheeks. All right, I'm gonna get water.
Okay. McGlinchey isn't that bad. He's not good, like to the level of this contract. Not even close, I think. But he's definitely not quote unquote straight ass cheeks.
No, you can't say that. He is straight ass cheeks. Dude is straight cheeks. He is ass. Alright, anyway.
Okay.
They also re-signed Alex Singleton to a 3-year, $18 million deal with $9 million.
Hey, don't forget Zach Allen, who got
I don't give a damn.
a bridge truck of his own.
Who the fuck is this dude? Like, deadass, who the fuck is he?
It's pretty good.
Pro Football Reference. Let's see his stats.
The Broncos had one of those typical free agencies of like, they overpaid for just about everyone they signed. And it's a lot of projection. I mean, Powers has like, what, 1 season as a starter under his belt and was a backup the rest of the time. McGlinchey, obviously, you're paying a lot more than he's really earned so far. I think Allen was probably considered a slight overpay.
Well, Allen, 3-year, $45.75 million deal with $32.5 million guaranteed. Dude had 5.5 sacks last year.
Oh, shit.
Can you do me a favor, Alex?
What?
When I start streaming Roller Coaster Tycoon, can you mute the stream and just let like people watch me play it?
I'm gonna go to Jack on this. Jack?
There's gonna be no sound. It's literally just me like working
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, Jack.
I think that's probably, with how Alex's computer tends to go sometimes, I don't know if that's our best decision.
The computer's not looking too good. I need to get a PC.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
Jawan Taylor, great fucking deal, and Charles Omenihu, fucking, why is everyone's fucking leaving? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's almost like, as you said, the Niners have Nick Bosa to sign.
I know, but
already don't have cap space. It's also almost like they got a bunch of these guys.
Actually, hold up.
It's almost like they got a bunch of these guys for dirt cheap, and they're, reclamation projects. They were never intended to be long-term pieces.
So we did actually create $9.5 million in cap space from Fred Warner, and I believe somebody else.
I mean, that does only push it further down the road.
Shush. And then we also freed up. Oh fuck, where is it? You freed up some more cap space. I don't know who the fuck freed up more, but we freed up more cap space. So
anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jawan Taylor was signed to move back to left tackle for them, which that's interesting. But he's a much better pass blocker than Orlando Brown was.
So they're not going to go for Larry Tunsil.
Apparently not.
Yes! They have a weakness. They have one. Yes, Nick Bosa's going to eat you alive. All right.
Wait, who? Right. Wait, who? What?
The Chiefs.
Larry Tunsil. He is one of the best tackles in the league.
Oh yeah,
and they have a report saying that the Chiefs were gonna fucking trade for his ass, And I was quite scared because then they would have absolutely zero weaknesses on offense.
Speaking of ass, the Las Vegas Raiders.
Okay, so I do want to say some things. We're gonna go over the first person, and I'm telling you guys right now. I'm stating facts, and I have proof that backs it up. My proof.
He is speaking facts right now, ladies and gentlemen.
The thumbnail has a certain handsome man on the thumbnail. His name is Jimmy Garoppolo. He signed a 3-year, $72.75 million deal.
Excuse you.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo to you.
Oh, Jimmy Garoppolo. Sorry, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, okay.
3 years, $72.75 million deal that includes $24.25 million in the first year. Here are some of Jimmy Garoppolo's accolades. Training Tom Brady to be the GOAT. Tom Brady would not have been the GOAT without Jimmy Garoppolo, and that is a fact. Jimmy Garoppolo has been training.
Nothing without Jimmy Garoppolo.
He is nothing. Jimmy Garoppolo carried that Tom Brady to fucking 7 Super Bowls. Jimmy Garoppolo is so good at his job. He carried Tom Brady's bitch ass to 7 Super Bowls. He trained Tom Brady since he was.
Where was Jimmy Garoppolo on the sidelines of Super Bowl 36, 39?
Shut up! I'm speaking.
You're just
Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo trained Tom Brady since Tom Brady was a fucking youth football player.
Yeah, he managed to retroactively win Tom Brady Super Bowls.
Tom Brady is only the GOAT because of Jimmy Garoppolo. Alright, let's get this straight.
It really was incredible what he did to that man's career.
Exactly. Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback whisperer. He knew Tom Brady was dog shit before. Trained him with blood, sweat, and tears to be the GOAT. That takes.
And then convinced the entire world that Brady won Super Bowls before he showed up.
Exactly. It's all fake. It's all
world
fake.
Gaslighter, all world quarterback, all world coach. What can this man do?
Dude, Tom, it's facts. Jimmy Garoppolo is him, man.
Okay. Anyway,
man, you there?
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Me and Jack are agreeing.
Oh, I believe it, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Anyway, when you have a chance to replace Derek Carr with the greatest quarterback of our generation,
exactly,
and for cheaper,
I think
that's something you do. And or this is Josh McDaniels, Matt Castle this time around.
Yeah,
pushing out Carr just to replace him with, and I'm sorry for saying this, slightly lesser Derek Carr is a decision of all time.
Hold on, no, we just said he is the GOAT.
Yeah, and I meant
it. You can't be backtracking on this shit.
They franchise tagged Josh Jacobs. They signed Jacoby Myers because McDaniels just can't get enough Patriots.
Yep. They re-signed Jerry Tillery and they signed Marcus Epps.
Oh my god.
What happened?
They really re-signed Jerry Tillery.
Yeah. They really did.
Oh,
Raiders, please never change. They also traded away Darren Waller, and
then they're gonna draft the Kermit. Oh yes, we'll get to that later.
I just need them to get rid of Hunter Renfrow so we can get him.
He's such a Patriot. You're right,
dude. He is so a Patriot. He's
Wes Welker 2.0.
You mean? Nope. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, yeah. Wait, no, he's actually Wes Welker 3.0.
Wait, I thought Hunter Renfrow played baseball. What? There's a Hunter Renfrow whose last name is spelled ROE instead of ROW.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
He also looks identical to Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I believe now they're both on the Angels.
Renfrow. I like how the football receiver comes up before the...
Well, neither of them are exactly premier players. The baseball Renfro's been on 4 teams in 4 years. Speaking of people being on different teams, the Chargers, they've made, one external signing of Eric Kendricks.
Yeah.
Ex-Vikings linebacker.
Wait, hold up. No, that was the Bills. Okay. 2-year deal, $13.25 million. I don't know what to think about it, but cool.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good.
The Chargers, I think a lot of their fate lies on if any of the guys they've allocated big money to actually make it worth it.
Yep. Hey, sign Keenan Allen to a 5-year, $250 billion contract. I dare you.
To a what?
$250 billion.
Oh,
Speaking of billions of dollars.
Billions and billions of dollars.
Excuse me, hold on. I have to say something to Dalton. Dalton, I cannot save you from Jackpot JH. I can't. That is something that I do not have the power.
It was genuinely a misclick, but I accidentally timed him out.
I have no power when it comes to this, Dalton. I am so sorry. Whatever Jack does, I cannot save. There's no saving it.
I am a force of chaos and evil in this chat, and I embrace it.
Anyway,
so
Cowboys,
billions of dollars, Dallas Cowboys.
Tony Pollard received the non-exclusive franchise tag. Leighton Vander Esch re-signed. Stephon Gilmore was acquired in a trade.
Jack, trash. Somewhat trash, not trash.
Yeah, Gilmore's the not trash. They also, this isn't here, but they cut Zeke Elliott.
Yes, they
finally
did.
got to a point in his contract where they actually didn't lose cap space by cutting him.
Thank God. He should have been out of the league 3 years ago. All right.
Out of the league, I don't know, but he definitely shouldn't be paid $17 million this year.
I think he should be out of the league. The dude's an ass player.
It wasn't misclick, Dalton. I promise. Every time I forget there's not a delete button here for other people's messages in the chat, and so I opened the menu to try to delete one of the things you said, and then before I could, it was the shut up Jack one. I was gonna delete it for shits and giggles, and then as soon as that menu opened, it did one of those double click things where it lagged for a second, and boom, you were gone, and then you can't undo it, and it's very sad.
Why can't I see the messages?
Because when you time someone out, the messages get deleted.
You didn't time me out though.
No.
Oh, those did. Oh, shit.
But Stephon Gilmore's still pretty good. He had a really good season this past year. Apparently, he got some surgery in the off season that helped him out.
Dalton, I did it. Dalton, I did it.
What did you do?
I Dalton, I got revenge, Dalton, we're good.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Dalton, we're good, I love you, Dalton. Alright, it was a misclick, misinput! The train clip.
Oh, I see.
Tina, the train clip. Misinput. It's a misinput!
Anyway.
There we go. I got you, Dalton.
We already discussed the Daniel Jones contract for the Giants, so we can move on to the other moves.
Yes.
Unless we want to rehash it, but I don't think we do.
Wait, what?
Daniel Doan.
4-year, $160 million deal with $35 million in incentives.
Cool. Saquon Barkley got franchise tagged. Matt Breida
non-exclusive
got
though. Yeah, cool. Matt Breida got resigned. Sterling Shepard got resigned. Darren Waller was acquired in a trade. Cool.
Whoa, you're flying.
Yeah.
Sterling Shepard got re-signed for the vet minimum. I feel like that's important to note. At this point, he's basically a receiver coach that, if he manages to get healthy, is really good. But health issues are why the Giants signed him for literally the vet min.
There's no way to untime out someone?
Yeah. I literally just said that with regards to Dalton, and then you're like, hey, watch this. And Darren Waller, a couple things with him. One, you can say that he's injury prone because the last couple seasons he's had kind of bad luck with it. I think the reality is every tight end in the NFL is injury prone.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 4 seasons. Kelsey. Yeah, except Kelsey. In the last 4 seasons, of tight ends that people even consider good, I think only Mark Andrews has played more games. And not even by that many. Waller's played more than Kittle. He's played as many as
Whoa. We're not gonna put no Kittle.
What?
Your Highness. Please continue.
Okay, whatever. Like, yeah, recency bias, but yeah, he's as injury prone as a Dallas Goedert at all the Eagles fans that are saying that he'll be cut next year because of injuries or something. He also, unless they restructure his deal, which is possible, given that I don't think they traded for him to cut him after a year, if they cut him after this coming season, there is zero dead cap, which is one of the benefits of trading for players, is the original team eats a lot of the dead cap hit. That's why, like, I think McCaffrey for the Niners is basically $12 million a year with no dead cap, because the Panthers held on to like $4 million a year of dead cap when they traded him. But Waller, that's huge upside. That is a 6'6". I think at this point he's like 250 pounds. Ran a 4.4. One of the biggest like mismatches, unicorns, whatever you want to say. Like, he's not a great blocker, but he is a weapon that the Giants have not had in a while at this point. And the Giants are also quietly assembling one of the funniest receiver rooms in recent memory. They have Colin Johnson and Darren Waller, who are 6'6". They have Daniel Bellinger and Daniel Jones and Lawrence Cager, all at 6'5", as receiving options. Who, by the way, Lawrence Cager is literally just Darren Waller, but more recent. It's kind of funny. Like, they graded out the same at the combine. Whatever. They have Isaiah Hodgins, who's 6'4". And then past that, especially if they don't re-sign Slayton, it goes right down to like sub 6 foot. Wandale's 5'8". If they re-sign Richie James, he's 5'9". They could draft Zay Flowers, who's 5'9". Like, they could really have like abnormally tall
Short
and
kings.
abnormally short receivers with no in between.
Short kings.
Yes.
I also do want to throw this out there. They re-signed Jamie Gillen.
Yeah, he sucks.
No,
he's awful.
Bro, he has a good Madden card. He can't actually suck that bad.
He's so bad. Like, okay, so the argument here was they knew he was a quote-unquote project, and they were quote-unquote happy with his development through the season. He can kick a ball far, but he is a bad punter. He's a really bad punter. And this move really pissed me off.
So
moves that didn't piss me off include the Giants signing a third defensive tackle so that they don't have to play Dexter Lawrence for 90% of snaps. And my guy Nacho from the Bucks, I think previously of the Chiefs. He's basically like a really good run defender, but doesn't really do much as a pass rusher. But very good D tackle. I think he's signed for 3 years, so he'll be like a really good depth piece, and certainly an upgrade over Justin Ellis, which, if you want to know who Justin Ellis is, go look at that one clip from the Giants-Eagles playoff game where Jason Kelce pushed a man with one arm in the run game. That man who got pushed with one arm, despite being 300 plus pounds, is Justin Ellis, who after injuries was the only like depth lineman the Giants had last year. So it needed an upgrade. And then they signed Bobby Okereke, linebacker previously of the Colts, who is basically Tremaine Edmonds, but like 3 inches shorter. They have pretty much identical athletic testing. Besides that, Okereke actually has been more impressive on tape the last few years. Obviously, Edmonds had like a really good 1 year this past year, but Okereke has actually been consistent. His face value coverage numbers aren't great, but that's because the way that the Colts defense played was really not friendly to just like completion percentage allowed. But he has pretty good skills in coverage, and he is an athletic freak in the run and against the run in the best way. And I am happy. That is my not expert, barely analysis of Giants free agency.
All right. Let's get on to the Eagles.
Giants score touchdown. Giants scores touchdown.
Giants score touchdown.
They didn't really do much outside of
So
re-signing players, but they lost a ton
they
of players.
signed Rashad Penny to replace Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
And they signed him for like cheap too because of how injured he was in Seattle.
$1.35 million deal.
If he stays healthy, he is considerably better than Miles Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big if.
The question is, will he stay healthy?
Yeah, that is always the question.
I think
they re-signed quote-unquote giant killer Boston Scott.
He is.
Who did score a touchdown against the 49ers.
Dude. Bro. Alright, yeah.
They re-signed James Bradberry while cutting Darius Slay.
Makes no fucking sense.
It makes sense because Bradberry's cheaper.
Bro.
Slay is the better player.
Exactly.
The one thing that's really funny about this is Darius Slay and Eagles fans spent all of last season attempting to troll the Giants about letting Bradberry go. Because last season, the Giants cut Bradberry for cap reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Because they couldn't agree to a restructured contract to lower his cap hit and keep him around. Mm-hmm. He also was not a good fit for the Giants scheme because he's relatively slow and not as good in man, which Wink Martindale wants athletic corners who are better in man because he plays a lot of man with his like blitz heavy scheme. But the Giants released Bradberry and kept Adoree Jackson, who is probably a better player and certainly a better fit for their system. And Slay and Eagles fans alongside Slay kept trying to troll the Giants for that. Like, saying in interviews how he couldn't believe the Giants gave him up. And I think he even quote tweeted the Giants announcement of his release saying, "We thank ya," or something like that. Only for a year later, the same exact thing to happen to him.
Mm-hmm. Get fucked, pussy! Alright, sorry.
I would love to hear Eagles fans tell me more about how the Giants should have just added void years or done the other things that the Eagles would have done to keep a good corner around. Please tell me more about what they should have done to keep Bradberry. And then look at Slay. Because I mean, I wouldn't have... It would be one thing if you didn't talk immense amounts of shit about a cap casualty cut. But because you did, you being forced to do the same thing is a lot more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Commanders. Other than that... just Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham both gave hometown discounts, so that's cool.
Yep.
Good for them, I guess.
Yep. Woo! Commanders, Jacoby Brissett, Andrew Wiley, Nick Gates, Deron Payne, F.A. Obada, Cody Barton, David Mayo, Cameron Dantzler, and Danny Johnson. I talk about Nick Gates because I don't...
he had the Alex Smith injury and came back and played very well. Miles Sanders just signed with the Carolina Panthers. Interesting, neat, cool. Nick Gates is a good player. He had said Alex Smith leg injury while playing the Commanders, and now he plays for them. All well and good. If the Giants gave him this contract, they would have been crucified for it, but because it's another team, suddenly it's okay, which is funny. I don't know. I do have another fun fact. David Mayo has played for, I believe, 3 teams in his career. Can you name them?
Patriots.
No.
Really? He didn't put... Who am I thinking of?
Oh, maybe he did. Oh, no. He only played on the active roster for 3 teams. He was technically on the Niners practice squad.
Really?
At one point.
Who am I thinking of? Mayo Patriots.
Gerard Mayo.
Gerard Mayo.
That's who I'm thinking of. Gerard Mayo.
Number 2 in New England. He's the youngest assistant head coach under Belichick. I think the only ever assistant head coach in the history of Belichick era. But they snatched him up and kept him. But
anyway, you want to name the 3 teams that Mayo's played for, knowing that one is the Commanders?
Chiefs.
Why would I have a trivia fact about a Chiefs player?
Giants.
Okay, who did he play for before the Giants?
Steelers.
No. He was a Gettleman signing.
Panthers? I don't
Yes.
really get him in. Okay. Is that 13?
He's a Gettleman guy. Yeah, that's the third team. He's a Gettleman guy.
Oh, okay.
And he's fine, but he's a Gettleman guy. And it pisses me off that they've kept him around because, to be fair, he's serviceable. But why?
Wait, Gettleman's the...
No, Gettleman is not with Washington. Gettleman's retired.
Oh, okay.
He fucked off to somewhere on, like, I don't know. He fucked off to, like, Cape Cod.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna rough him up for that fucking Kenny Galladay contract. On my way there right now. NFC North, Chicago Bears.
Cool.
Yes.
They traded the first overall pick.
They traded it for... to be honest, wouldn't call it a total fleecing.
What?
So, a lot of people...
No, yeah.
are calling it a fleecing.
People were way higher on this trade than I would have been.
I wouldn't call it a fleecing. I would say, let's see how this shit pans the fuck out. And... but it's not like...
It's very possible the Panthers screw it up, but I don't think that...
Yeah.
I don't love the wait to see the players picked because I think the best approach to drafting is to have more picks because essentially a draft pick is a dart and not every specific draft pick is going to hit, but the more you throw, the more are going to hit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, if you go back and you're like, oh, well, this specific fourth rounder turned into, like, this great player. So, clearly, like let's say the fifth rounder traded for Amari Cooper turned into a Hall of Famer. It's not like the Cowboys then won the Amari Cooper trade when they dump him for a fifth round pick.
Yeah.
Right.
Again, I also just wouldn't say, like, even later, like, I wouldn't even say it's a bad trade now. It's just the Panthers are looking to get a quarterback. Maybe, apparently they were looking on trading down, but I don't see there's a way they trade down now because they fucking traded all that for the first overall pick.
Well, it now puts them squarely in control of their own quarterback situation. So
Exactly.
if they fall in love with multiple guys, they could trade down to like 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And still end up with a guy that they love. But that's, at this point, it's more of a keeping options open because they're not locked into a guy yet.
Yeah.
But I don't value more at more than a first round pick value. I also think that with the way that the Panthers kind of situation is, I don't even know if he would have gotten a first round pick straight up at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He may have, given what other trades we saw happen, cough cough Hollywood Brown. But if I'm the Bears, I think with my team's situation right now, I would kind of rather have, a second first round pick thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess third, because the way that people talk about this stuff pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't.
To say they got 3 first round picks for it, I feel like it's one thing if you're trading down and getting 2 extra firsts versus trading down for 3 first round picks. Like it just represents it differently.
Yeah. Either way, cool. Like, I don't know. They also signed Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards.
Edwards is good and is a steal. Edmonds is overpaid, but you expect that in free agency. Combined, they cost more than Roquan Smith. So I guess that second rounder was really important because Roquan is better than the 2 of them. And they had a really promising rookie linebacker. Or maybe he's not a rookie, but young linebacker who's developing well. So, I mean, I would much rather have Roquan and that young linebacker as my 2 starters than have these 2 for more money with the young linebacker now not getting playing time.
Who is the Kawoni Dang, DeMarquise Gates, Terrell Lewis, Jack Sanborn, Sterling Weatherford?
Sanborn.
Jack Sanborn. Cool. Lions. They signed David Montgomery. They signed Cameron Sutton away from the Steelers.
The Steelers didn't value Cam Sutton the way that maybe they should have, but
Yeah.
I don't think the Steelers were going to pay him $11 million a year.
And then they re-signed a bunch of players. So.
Cool.
Green Bay Packers haven't done shit in free agency. They re-signed Nixon, and they agreed a 3-year deal for Matt Orzech. So, Aaron Rodgers completely fucked the Jets and the Packers. I'm just saying. He's fucked them both.
Would have been much better for them if they were able to know what was going on before free agency.
Yeah. This is true.
All right.
The Vikings, 49ers legend Nick Mullins re-signed a 2-year, $4 million deal. I love you, Nick Mullins.
Saints legend Marcus Davenport signed a 1-year, $13 million deal.
Yep, and Byron Murphy signed another
2 for 22. He's pretty good. That's a
pretty good
deal for them.
I found out about him one day because of Madden. Yep, I'm a casual.
He's also from University of Washington, so I was a fan of his in college. Josh Oliver is the move they made that really confuses me. He is good. I don't really know what he's done to deserve $7 million a year as a tight end right now. To be honest.
Who the fuck is that dude?
Ex-Raven.
Pro Football Reference, where you at, my guy? No, that's not Pro Football Reference. Pro Football Reference. Josh.
While you're doing that, you want to hit the last 2 divisions here.
He is dog shit. Got it. Okay.
He's, I believe, blocking first.
Oh, okay, then not. I don't care. He doesn't. Whatever. The oh god.
Panthers.
Jesus Christ.
Taylor Heineke.
The Falcons. Yes.
Desmond Ritter.
Taylor
re-signed
Heineke, baby.
Like half their free agents. They traded for Jonnu Smith from the Patriots.
And watch Jonnu be actually good for them.
Don't say Jonnu Smith.
Watch Jonnu blossom, bro. I want to see it, bro. I want to see it.
If he blossoms with this old coach, I'm gonna Kermit off a building.
No, you're not allowed to. And then did we say they signed Jesse Bates?
Yeah, they signed Jesse Bates for $16 million a year.
And punter Bradley Pinion.
Yeah. Niners legend. Right.
Yes.
The Panthers signed every ex-Saint in existence.
Maybe, I don't care.
And they signed Miles Sanders, so that's cool.
Andy Dalton, Hayden Hurst, basically every ex-Saint.
Shai Tuttle, Von Bell.
Von Bell. Okay.
Saints.
Dalton.
We've shat on the Derek. Not shat on. I don't think it's that bad at all.
Well, no, it's not.
But we've talked about Derek Carr.
Yeah. Jameis Winston re-signed. I think.
Michael Thomas took a huge pay cut to stay with them.
Wait, whoa. Is this the same? Wait, they signed Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
The Lions didn't retain him.
No. They signed Montgomery. Jamal Williams also, spoiler alert, was
I know he's not
actually that good.
I know, but I like him.
But he's fun. I wouldn't personally sign him and pay him $4 million a year, but he's fun, so that's cool.
I like him though. I think.
Yeah, how could you not? Speaking of guys, how could you? Speaking of guys that you, words.
Yep, dude,
Colin Saunders.
You didn't, Alex.
Colin Saunders is a fun guy.
You didn't, Alex. I have no clue who that is. That's a cool first name, though. Too bad. I think you're pronouncing it.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yo, Jack, hold up. Before you do that, no, shut the fuck up. Real quick. Please pronounce the defensive end's name that the Saints signed.
They re-signed him. He was already with the team. And B, Cano. Anyway.
Last name?
The Buccaneers signed Baker Mayfield.
Stinky! Levante, they re-signed Levante and they signed Geraldine.
You know, back in the day when the Giants drafted Daniel Jones, you know what Baker had to say?
What?
People forget you need to win.
Damn.
As a shot towards Jones' record in college. I don't know how much winning Baker Mayfield's done, if I'm going to be honest.
He won a playoff game.
He did do that.
Versus the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Anything else come to mind?
He beat
the Raiders once.
No, hold up. What was the team that... Was it the team that he, had to learn the playbook?
Had to come back against?
Yeah. No, he learned the playbook in a day or two. Yeah.
All right,
that's
the Cardinals,
cool. Right,
their only real signing was Kaiser White, Eagles linebacker.
Whoa.
Good.
Oh, wait, no, everyone else was on the team.
Yeah.
I read Coy.
The Rams had such an active free agency. They traded away Jalen Ramsey for a third-round pick and last year's third-round pick of Hunter Long, tight end, who had 3 targets last year.
Yep, it's bad. It's a bad. I say we do my team last, so I can just
okay, so you can rage quit, I guess. I don't know.
No, so
the Seahawks, they signed Draymond Jones from the Broncos, who's pretty good.
They re-signed Geno.
Yes. I thought we had talked about that previously.
But I just want to bring that
Jaron
up.
Reed came home. He was originally drafted by them and then went to the Chiefs and then the Packers, and now he's back in Seattle. So that's cool.
Let's go. All right. Let me talk about this shit. Let's start from the bottom up. Long snapper, Taper Pepper, baby. Love that man. Re-signed a 3-year deal, which includes $1.5 million guaranteed. We re-signed Deshaun Gibson to a 1-year, $2.9 million deal in relief of Jimmy Ward, which I kind of like. We agreed to a deal on Isaiah Oliver, who I have no clue who that is, but hopefully he's a good corner for us. We re-signed Kevin Givens, who is the only defensive lineman that we were able to retain that was a free agent this year. We re-signed Jake Brendel on a 4-year contract that has a max value of $20 million with $8 million guaranteed. I kind of like that. I like Jake Brendel. And then the 2 big signings we had where we signed Sam Darnold to a 1-year, $4.5 million deal with $3.5 million guaranteed with a max of $11.5 with incentives. I know I've shit on Sam Darnold previously, maybe in podcasts, maybe in private.
A lot. You even agreed with me. Months ago, we both came to the conclusion that I said he was wet gorilla ass cheeks, and you agreed with me, and you even laughed.
But I don't hate the signing just because it's the Shanahan system.
Don't hate the signing.
It's the Shanahan system. Bro, any quarterback that's even decently good.
Guys, I know we recently just signed Nathan Peterman, but I shat on him, Alex and May. I really like the signing.
If we had Nathan Peterman, I think I would jump into it because he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Okay.
And then
but does your team have does your team have an MVP?
Ooh. Does your team have a Pro Bowler quarterback?
Both of my teams have MVPs. I'll just put that out there.
I think what was oh shit. Well, let me get a list of the MVPs. I think our defense was an MVP in one of the games.
I thought Dak was.
Hold up. No, hold up.
Speaking of the defense, though.
Oh, sorry, I lied. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah. Cam Jordan could have won MVP, but he only got 8% of the votes.
So speaking of the Niners defense,
Javon Hargrave signed a 4-year, $84 million deal that includes $40 million guaranteed. I'm very excited because our biggest weakness this past season was not corner, which is our second biggest weakness, but was instead defensive tackle. We were good on defensive end. We had some good defensive ends. We did not have any good defensive tackles. And I'm sad to say this. The Javon Kinlaw experiment, it sucked. It was straight ass. The dude's not good enough to play. And that is that. So I'm very happy we finally have a good D tackle, which Eric Armstead can now feast on with Nick Bosa. I'm so excited about this signing.
All right. Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. The Patriots need to sign Nathan Peterman and cut Mac Jones.
I really enjoy the signing for Sam Darnold for the Niners. They should make more good signings like that. It would really help their organization and make them go a long way.
Personally, I think that the Niners should trade a first-round pick for Kenny Galladay before he hits the market and is able to stay.
I agree. They should give Darnold like $250 million, 10 years.
We don't have a first rounder, motherfuckers. We don't have one yet. We don't have one for like 2 more years.
Okay. Give me a 2025 first then.
No, fuck the first rounder. I'll give you a cookie and a bag of chips, deal or no deal.
Fine, give me your entire draft for the next 3 years in exchange for Kenny Galladay. Dude, I think it's a fair trade.
Dog, this is not whatever the dude's name is, Mike Ditka with Ricky Williams. This is not this. This is not this.
Kenny
No,
Galladay
it's not.
so
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Maybe you should trade for a wide receiver 1. Kenny Galladay is a wide receiver 1.
Okay. I'm not taking any criticism of my organization until you get rid of Sam Darnold.
Watch him go. I hope we play you in the next couple of seasons. Sam Darnold rips you apart. Doug, I hope Sam Darnold starts and kicks ass. I want you to eat your fucking words. I want you to eat them so bad.
Darnold's going to throw for like 150 yards a game or 1 million touchdowns on Yak alone, and Alex is going to think he's the next god.
I am so willing to bet on Sam Darnold because the dude's a bum. He'll look better in any quarterback. I will give you this. Any quarterback will look better in Shanahan's system because he's brilliant. He's great with offensive scheming. But I will say this:
one of the greatest. Sam
Darnold is not the guy. I would take Brock Purdy and hold him tight. Sam Darnold is not your guy. He is a homeless bum on the side of the subway. He's gonna be the fry cook at Wendy's in 2 weeks.
Speaking of hopeless bums,
I hope we meet in the Super Bowl so Sam Darnold can give you a taste of your own medicine, bitch. All right.
Speaking of hopeless bums, I gotta go work.
Belichick is undefeated.
Belichick is dog shit, bro. He gets carried, bro. He gets carried by his coordinators. Anyway, Jack, go.
How many rings does Shanahan have?